Hi, everyone. This is John Girardi with Right to Life of Central California, bringing you another in our daily series of videos for 40 Days for Life. 40 Days for Life is the international campaign of prayer and presence outside of abortion clinics throughout the country and throughout the world. If you want to get involved with our campaign here in Fresno, you can go to rtlcc.org. Today, we're going to talk about feminism. As dangerous as it might be for a dude like myself to be pontificating about feminism, I want to compare and contrast two people that are sort of prominent right now in American public life: Katie Hill and Amy Coney Barrett. Let's talk about Katie Hill first. Some of you might be wondering, who the heck is that? Well, Katie Hill is a one-term, and actually not quite one-term, member of the House of Representatives. She was elected from a district in Southern California. She had to resign from her office after various ethics complaints were raised against her. She and her husband were involved in a sexual relationship with one of her subordinate staffers, and there were accusations of her misusing her position vis-a-vis this staffer in ways that were abusive. It did not get to the stage of the House of Representatives ordering an ethics investigation because Katie Hill resigned before that ethics investigation could be launched, sort of resigning in disgrace. Now, Katie Hill's husband, with whom she was going through divorce proceedings, in a very horrible and sort of bitter move against her, released several intimate photographs of her on the internet to the general public. This is something called revenge porn. And Katie Hill has been heralded by some people as a kind of martyr, as a kind of hero, and as the victim of certain kinds of double standards. This is puzzling. In fact, she's being heralded as a hero to such an extent that she had her memoirs published, and those memoirs have now been optioned for a movie. She's going to be the subject of a movie where the great actress Elizabeth Moss, who's won a bunch of Emmy Awards, is going to be portraying her. This is a puzzling thing, and it's even more puzzling when I compare Katie Hill to Amy Coney Barrett. Now, I'm not saying what happened to Katie Hill was her fault in certain respects. Certainly her husband's actions against her were wrong, and she was a victim in that regard. But she was also the perpetrator of real serious harm against her female staffer. She had a very inappropriate relationship with this staffer. She and her husband both. She abused the power of her position as a member of Congress. What she did was incredibly inappropriate. And yet somehow she is held up as some kind of feminist hero. A movie is being made out of her. Meanwhile, Amy Coney Barrett is, if anyone is a feminist hero, or should be viewed as some kind of hero of feminism, it would have to be her. This woman, who graduated first in her class at Notre Dame Law School, was a clerk for Antonin Scalia, has risen to the very top of her profession, all while being a wonderful mother, a wonderful wife, has raised 7 children, 2 of whom she adopted from Haiti, 1 of whom has Down syndrome. She is the icon of everything that 20th century feminism fought for, in a certain sense. She's a woman who has gone toe-to-toe with every man she's ever encountered professionally and done one step better. And now she's on the cusp of being nominated to the United States Supreme Court. And yet, I don't think anyone's about to make a movie about her life. What's the difference? This is the problem I see with so many modern-day left-wing feminists, is that for them, feminism is not about equality of opportunity, equal pay for equal work. It's not about opening up opportunities outside the home for women. It's not about, closing off family life and professional life for women. It's not about any of those things that some of the pioneering feminists of the 20th century fought for. At its root, I can only discern one reason why Katie Hill is heralded as some kind of hero, while Amy Coney Barrett is not. And that is abortion. Amy Coney Barrett is presumed to be, and believed to be, I think rightly believed to be, pro-life, opposed to Roe v. Wade. Katie Hill, as a member of Congress, was fiercely pro-choice and has wrapped herself in that mantle both before, during, and after the scandal that caused her to resign in disgrace from Congress. And this is the difficulty. If feminism is going to mean anything in the modern day, I think it has to mean something more than what you think about a Supreme Court decision from 1973. With that, I'm John Girardi for Right to Life of Central California.